Down the front.
Oh, Tommy Robinson! Oh, Tommy Robinson! Tommy Robinson! Where's the offie?
Can you hear it, Benton? I mean, Benjamin. Can you hear it, Benjamin? I can't see my fucking screen over here. I have to move my fucking thing. Can you hear it all right? Let's move that over there. That'd be better, Dave. Yeah, you can hear it. Right, I'm going to go get some food. See you in a bit. I'll be back in a minute. Just got back from shopping. I'm only doing this for you, Benjamin. You get banging headache today as well. But I'll be back in a minute. I'll leave it to it.
South Wales with the Cardiff or Swansea.
If someone jumps out, jump straight in, but you put your light on. It's all right.
I didn't look scared.
Yeah, you did.
One of the greatest journalists in the world. How you doing, sir?
Allegedly.
You are, though. Give it all that.
Allegedly. Excuse me, I missed that. So that
Kiss Storm as a fudge packer.
What's up, nigga?
Children matter! Children matter! Children matter!
All right, Benjamin, what's all this about then? What's all this about? Stream it, Dave, stream it. I'm too hungover. I feel hungover today. No, I don't even drink. Let's put my chat up there so I can at least see that. What's going on? What's going on? There he is. All right, mate. Oh, my eyes are killing me, man. Peaceful protest. Ask Benjamin. I don't know what it is. He's like, stream it, please stream it. He begged me. He didn't. I'm not eating anything, Tracy. I was eating a cheese and bacon turnover, which was lovely. It was really nice. A march for children by the football supporters. According to my man on the ground, that's not there because he's hungover and working. Sitting here all day, it's bloody boiling, it's like a sweat box. Look at the size of that critter, man. Thai food from last night. Does this end up somewhere then, Benjamin, or what?
Yes, my brother.
Is this going to end up somewhere, or is it just a march? I don't really understand what's going on. But welcome to Dave's. I haven't got a clue what's going on Waffle House on a Saturday. It's the Football Lads Alliance. I think that's what it is. 42, something like that, in support of protect and save the children.
Beautiful.
Yeah. What,
It'll be even better when I'm down there.
what site you putting it all on?
Promise.
Tommy Robinson site. You're on site, yeah? I'll walk tomorrow.
I'm live now.
You're live now, yeah?
Sweating it out here, brother.
Fair play. I mean, it's got to be hot out there today. Fucking hell, it's got to be hot today.
Anyway, I'm always there. I've got like podcasts on all the week. I can't listen to like music every I'm trying to do it. Thank you, call, man. What was that?
Going to Westminster, I think it's a protest against grooming girls, and they're just going to stand there and say, "Oi, fuck you!"
I'm looking forward to today.
There we are!
Yeah.
There we are!
That was a
Sounds like this fucking critter. There's my other one, look. This one, man. Fucking look at this.
We don't do something. We need to do something, yeah? We need to stand.
Look at that.
Right, no matter what, yeah? Link, join together. Brothers in arms,
Huge.
yeah?
Come on.
Full stop. And sisters as well. Yeah. Brothers in arms, sisters, everything, yeah? Yeah, whole shebang, yeah? Tyranny. So lucky, bro. Much love.
Not me. No one knows me.
Wendell sounds knackered. No one move me. Gwendolyn. I know, it's well good. Look at this. Look, I've got to get it out of its trap though. Look, muzz elephant. Look, can you see? Look, it's all trapped in like a tree structure. I've got to try. It's well good. It's well good. My eyes hurt too much today. All right, Griffin. No, it's for the children. A football alliance, apparently. Something like that. I don't know. I'm doing it for Benjamin because he's all hungover and he's like, "Oh, stream for me, stream for me." And I was like, "All right, little dumpling, don't worry, I will." Don't worry, little dumpling. Look, I can't get this fucking critter out of here, man. My hair's doing made in. My eyes hurt. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, Benjamin's our little dumpling, yeah. Freezer came up with it last night. Yeah, something like that. It's an alliance of football. Footballers. I don't know. After this, so I've got to sit in the house and it's boiling. At least in here it's a little bit cooler than the house. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. Wendell sounds like he's having problems, doesn't he? Yeah, no, it's not me, that noise, that's him. Promise that's not me, alright? Yeah, promise that's not me. I'm trying to! It's well hard. The last one was hard to get out as well, though, at Heathrow Elephant. It was. It was. Sounds like he's nowhere near anything good that's going on. Like, come on! But this better go somewhere, Benjamin. Just sit here and then nothing happens. Oh, got his arm off. You're free.
Yeah, hang on, mate. Get me on here, look. Punch him in every day.
Don't let it too hard.
Dirty bastard.
That sounds like Neil Benjamin. I rode a really stubborn horse called Dumpling once. A fat bastard that just wanted to eat. That definitely sounds like Benjamin. does. I need some food. How do I even get that off his fingers? Good. It's got a hidden grip. I can't get it. Dumpling is a great word, I know, especially for Neil. He's our little dumpling now.
Oh, great turnout. He's so amazing. No idea.
Look, I'll pay him. Don't worry, Blackjack Guitar. Don't worry, all right? It's all a ruse, man. It is. I'll pay him. He gets paid to take the abuse. He does. It's all fake, mate. All this, it is. My name's not even Dave. It's not.
We are Christian country. We are Christian.
Yeah.
No idea.
Got his eye out. Back again. Sense. The streaming but connection is a bit choppy. Choppy. I'm just going to leave it with this on. Stable connection. Yeah, it's a little bit boring, but I suppose it is walking down the road.
Aha, yes.
Right.
Oi, oi, oi.
This is our flag. Remember this flag, you. Remember it.
Ricky, get a photo, Rick. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Look at this geezer.
What's popular?
Systemic abuse, criminal gangs, pedophiles, children's care home abuse, over 56 across the UK, all covered up. We call out and nothing's enough. We want justice, 'cause survivors shall be heard. No more lies and cover-ups, justice must be served. Exploitation of children, and no faith will be heard. This national scandal will be blown up in
I didn't get caught a bit stupid. The cameraman there. I'm still here though, so are you, mate.
Where
Watch
is-
my chins.
this national scandal will be blown open wide.
Put it as hard as you can. We let everyone come down. Where's Carol? Get them out of the pub.
I'll put a camera on the end.
Get him out of the pub.
Get it on the end. So I can get a different angle, mate. I'm going to break his hand if I do that, though.
Karen! You guys want to come in till you're the speaker? You guys in a green hat fill somebody, break me or something?
Get all your mates out the pub. We need them all down here. Get them out the pub. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give yourselves a big pat on the back for coming today. Right, you've been fantastic, right? Thanks for your support. We launched the For the Children campaign on the 22nd of March this year, and we kept it a little bit low key. But today has been amazing, and I just want to thank you all for coming. We've got some amazing speakers. Please stay and listen to what they've got a story to tell, and I want you to listen to their story. Yeah, the For the Children campaign. We're not going away. We're here forever. We want to support the people, all the survivors. The children of this country are our future, Yeah? We have to protect them. And if them lot back there ain't going to do it, it's our job to do it, as parents and grandparents. In 2017, what can I call it? An army walked on the streets of London, and we named ourselves the Football Lads Alliance. Mate, we had the first march we had in June 2017. In 3 weeks, we got together 10,000 lads. The next one in October, we had 75,000 football lads walking side by side. Not one arrest. Not one arrest. And today we done the same thing. We walked in. We have to put our differences aside. This is for our children. Yeah. And I want to thank all the football lads that are here today for walking together again. Unbelievable, lads. You're amazing. So when we had the big march in 2017, like I said, there was no arrests. But all of a sudden, the left come out and deemed us far right and racist, yeah? This ain't about race. This ain't about colour. This is about our children, yeah? And every single man and woman out there that has a preference for younger kids, doesn't matter what colour you are, doesn't matter what race you are, the For the Children campaign are coming for you. I'm going to hand you over to Justin. We've got some amazing speakers. Listen to what this man's got to say. Please stay and listen, yeah? And then we'll all go afterwards and we'll all have a drink together, yeah? Thank you for coming.
Well, hello everyone. I'd like to reiterate what Phil just said. Give yourselves a massive round of applause. I doff my hat to every single one of you that put feet on the ground today, or has put feet on the ground over the last 8 years, that we, as football lads, have been campaigning for a national inquiry. We first started that in 2017, and there might have been the odd person doing it, but there weren't many. So there's a lot of people that jumped on the bandwagon lately, maybe for political gains, but we were here in 2017 calling for a national inquiry. And what we did, that first march that Phil told you about, 10,000, and then the second one, 75,000 people on the streets, side by side, firms from all over this country, and concerned parents and grandparents, the same as today. Not everyone here is a football lad. We've got concerned parents and grandparents and children from all over this country, from all walks of life, of all colour, here together as one people, one colour, one nation. Following 2017, the big march in London, we got requests from people to go to some of these towns, what are known in this country as the grooming towns, yeah? And from Telford, Rochdale, Rotherham, there's 50 of these towns, maybe more all over Britain, with 250,000 kids that have been abused over the years. While this government and other governments, we're not about politics, we're not about any of these, because they've all let our children down, every single one of them. Let's hear that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were asked to go to Telford and we were asked to go to Rochdale, and we went, and it wasn't a weekend, these were weekdays. And unlike those people that you passed on the way here, who can't even get more than about 50 out, right, I call them pro-paedophile now, because that's what they are. They come out, they must like paedophiles. I don't get it. Do you get it? We're here, every one of us today, and we pay to come here, out of our own pockets. And when we went to Telford and Rochdale, because these other people, they don't pay. They get paid by their trade unions. And they get paid by people like George Soros, pay their money to come out and campaign. Do you know that? Every single one of you. Has anyone paid one of you lot to come here today? No, I didn't think they had. Why are we here? Because we care. Because we care about what's happening in this country to our children. So when we went to Telford and we went to Rochdale, I think we empowered some of these young girls. I hope we did, because on the back of us going there, I was amazed when we were walking through Telford, all of a sudden, what was 100 or 200 people on a weekday, when I looked behind, there was hundreds more, because the people from those towns and communities came out and they marched behind us. And they're marching with us today, ladies and gentlemen. And can I start off by applauding every one of these survivors, who are with us today, because they are so brave. They're the heroes, They're the heroes. These girls that have spoken out, that have had the courage to come here today, they're the heroes, Some other people like to take all the credit for all these things. Some of these political parties and that, as if they played a big part in it. I'm here to tell you they haven't. The people who played the biggest part are these survivors who had the courage and the strength to speak out, because it isn't easy. So give them a round of applause, please, every one of them.
Got it.
Right, on the back of what we did when we went to Rochdale and Telford, there was the one in Rochdale was already going, but the one in Telford Nagger, was sort of founded on the back of what we did. So if people think, you haven't made a difference, we make a difference every time we're trying to do it, and we're trying to make a difference now, and we will be making a difference in the future. They said there wouldn't be an inquiry. There is an inquiry, and we're here to make sure that they do that inquiry properly, that it's transparent, that it's independent, and that it's far-reaching. So that all these people who are complicit in this, all these people, whether they're social workers, whether they're teachers, whether they're policemen, whether they're councillors, whether they're politicians, every one of those people that played a part, as Phil said, we're coming for you as well. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get our first speaker up today. This man I met in 2017, and he's been campaigning for years before that, with a very special lady. I met with him called Linda Phillips, and she is like the godmother of all of us here. She passed a few years ago, but I'd love to hear you all please give a round of applause for Linda Phillips. She's no longer with us, and she was doing this for 25 years. So I'm going to ask Billy Howard, Linda, lots of respect. Billy Howard, ladies and gentlemen, Peg UK Rochdale, he's been doing this for 20 years. Give it up for Billy Howard.
Thank you guys. To see so many people here today, it gives me hope that this is going the right way. For 20 years, I've seen us hit brick wall after brick wall. Today, I've just seen that brick wall crumble. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to these guys as well, because behind the scenes, they haven't stopped working to put these events on, so survivors like myself can speak. And for these guys, I think they deserve a massive round of applause. My good friend Justin has just spoke to you about a lady by the name of Linda Phillips. In Rochdale, she had the nickname Mrs. Rochdale, but she soon put that to bed. She said, I'm Mrs. Hemorrhoids, because I've been up that council's arse for 30 years. Linda passed away in 2020. I was her right-hand man. She wasn't mine. She was my icon. She was the bar we all tried to reach when we're campaigning against the abuse of children. She did it for 30 years. She, like you said, that round of applause didn't do her justice. I think she can get much louder one than that. One of the things Linda was campaigning against was against MP Cyril Smith. I don't think they can hear you. That's better. And the abuse that my boys, who I stand for, from No View School, were abused on epic proportions. They've told you these guys today were here to tell you a story. For me, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of how they built a culture to cover up the abuse of children back then, and it continued today until we see this inquiry and see the outcome of this inquiry. Now, I've been about for a while, guys. I've seen the Ixer inquiry, what exposed abuse in schools like Beach Home House, like Norview School, right across the UK. Children, young boys were abused by the people in Westminster and Cyril Smith and his crew. Not one person through this inquiry was held to account. We then moved on to the grooming scandal in Rochdale, which I began working on. I'm probably the only person in Rochdale that has worked with 3 girls. Nobody else has. Today they're still forgotten by the state, received no support. They can't be here today, but they send the love and the thanks, and they say thank you for your support. It means everything to them. Thank you. We've been to review after review. We've had Operation Augusta. Again, highlighted the absolute failings to protect your children, the absolute failings to protect the children in general right across Greater Manchester. 2 years later, they brought out Operation Spam. And again, it highlighted the same failures, the same mistakes that they made in No View, that they made in Beach Home House, that they made in Operation Augusta, and that they made in Operation Spam. The reason I'm telling you this is I want to show you a pattern of a culture that's established within Westminster of covering up the abuse of children. And we do so, and I want to play you a recording now, if that's possible. Yeah. This was the head of the Crown Prosecution Service of Greater Manchester. If we can play it, I want you to hear what he says.
Rubbish.
Just a few stats while we're waiting for this to go ahead, of what I remind you people of. 4,000 children in the UK were given police cautions for being prostitutes. That's 4,000 decision makers that should be before the court. 4,000 children was police caution for being a prostitute. There's no such thing as a child prostitute, ladies and gentlemen. It's just child abuse. That's it. Unfortunately, guys, we can't get the recording up. It's unfortunate, but it was Nazir Assal, and I'll give you a quote. These girls, there was a memo sent out by the Home Office that these girls' chaotic lifestyles were the reason for their own abuse. Therefore, it's our instruction that the police do not get involved. That went reverberated right around the country. There's going to be some speakers after me, and they're going to tell you what impact that memo had and who's responsible.
Bastards. Absolute fuckers.
We have got the recording now, guys. All right. It's all gone Pete-on. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to get off now and leave it to the other speakers. I want to say a big thank you again to Justin, the team, Karen, Phil, and everybody here, because this is what makes the difference. This is what will see us home, and this is what will make sure a proper inquiry is what we get. Thank you.
I'm just going to lead in a little bit there from what Billy was saying, right? So you understood this. So, in 2008, 2009, a memo was sent out, right, to the chiefs of police of every force in this country. And that memo told them not to make arrests about perpetrators, about child abusers. Do not make arrests in the name of diversity. Okay? Bastards. Because they didn't think that it was good for their votes. Yeah? So like a lot of these other politicians, they put votes in front of our children. So the people that sent this memo out, because I want the world to know about this, okay? The memo was sent out from Gordon Brown via Jackie Smith, who was the Home Secretary at the time. And guess who was head of the CPS at that time? Yeah, you know, didn't you? Okay? So, as head of the CPS, do you not think that he might have had autonomy over that letter? That he might have wrote it himself? Yeah? As a legal advisor to the government? Yeah? Okay? So... Right, sorry. Right, so, yeah, Keir Starmer is involved, Jackie Smith, Gordon Brown, and they sent out a memo not to make arrests. Keir Starmer was in charge of the CPS from 2008 to 2013, yeah? Have you took that on board? right? Because I'm going to invite somebody else up in a minute to speak to you. Because from 2013, on the back of that memo, not to make arrests, yeah? Between 2013 and 2016, in Telford alone, there was 713 allegations of child sex abuse. How many arrests do you think they made? Yeah, we all hear that. How many? Yeah, hell yeah. None. And I'm now going to invite my good friend of mine up, Anthony Wood, who founded Telford Naga, which helps all of these people who've been gone through this terrible, horrendous, horrific abuse in Telford, just to give you a description of what that was like in Telford at that time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Anthony Wood from Telford Naga, please.
Hello everyone. I spoke in, was it March, and there was a few hundred people, but to see this today is just brilliant. I want to start as well. My wife, who's a survivor, said a long time, all these people that turn out for Brexit, COVID, free speech, you know, where are they for the survivors? Well, here they are. So I've been working in Telford for a number of years now, supporting survivors, trying to get justice and campaigning. Now obviously Telford, along with Rochdale, Rotherham, you know, it was highlighted. Yeah. Now in Telford, the police have identified in Operation Chalice between 250 to 300 suspects. Operation Chalice, they convicted 7. Altogether, they convicted 11. And yet they said this operation was a success. Now, that leaves what? So 250 plus suspects still walking the streets. Is that a success? Exactly. And on the back of that, before, we were pushing for an inquiry in Telford for a number of years. And there was basically a letter that was sent to the Home Secretary stating that we don't need an inquiry in Telford. This was signed by Liberal Democrat councillors, Labour councillors, the Chief Crime Commissioner. Now, one of the people that signed this letter is a man called Sean Davis. Now, you'd think he'd lost his job. You know, would they sack him? Would they get rid of Sean Davis? He's now the MP for Telford. He also abstained from voting for a national inquiry. Can we get a big boo for Sean Davis, please? I really hope you heard that, Sean, because I don't think you'll be MP for Telford much longer. Now, Telford had an inquiry. The government said it's a blueprint for the rest of the country. On the back of this inquiry, how many people lost their jobs? None. How many people actually held accountable? None. So how's that a blueprint for the rest of the country? So I want to lead on to the national inquiry, which, by the way, when we heard Yvette Cooper speaking about the national inquiry in Parliament, we can't deny it was amazing to hear all the things that we've been pushing for years being spoken about in there. It was vindication for people like me, but more importantly, it was vindication for survivors. Because it was only a few months earlier in January where Keir Starmer basically said that they were far right for calling for a national inquiry. Shall we get a boo for Keir Starmer while we're here? I don't think they quite heard you over there, even though they're not here. Carry on. Guys, I just want to get into as well. It's not just, we talk about Labour, we talk about Keir Starmer, but it's not just about Labour. The Tories ignored it for 14 years. You know, they're now saying they need to do this, they need to do that, they need to do that. Well, what were they doing for the last 14 years? Nothing. They're all as bad as each other. They all try to play party politics. So, we need to ensure this national inquiry. For starters, we need the chair of the inquiry. We want someone... We can't trust our judiciary. We need someone, maybe a foreign judge. Who can you trust in our judiciary? No one. And on the back of that, also when they announced the inquiry, they were going to... I think they're reopening 800 cases, leading to 1,000 cold cases. Let's face it, most of these cases that were NFA'd by the CPS would have been done when Keir Starmer was head of public prosecutions. We can't trust them on this national inquiry, but we need to push them to make sure they get it done right. Before I go, there's one more thing I wanted to say, and it's... I've been talking to a family recently. Across the country, there are children that never had the chance to become survivors. There are children in Telford who died. In Rochdale, Manchester, Rotherham, across the country. And they never had the chance to become survivors. There's one family I've been talking to at the moment, and there's a girl from Stoke called Jodie Sheeran, and I spoke to the family recently and they asked me to keep banging the drum. Now, Jodie fell a victim to these gangs. She had a son, who I want to say as well, Jaden. If anyone's seen Jaden Sheeran on the TV lately, who's been speaking out at 19 years of age, I want to give him a massive round of applause because he's been brilliant. He is one of the most bravest people in the country right now to stand up, and I respect him for that. Now, his mother, sadly, is no longer with us. She lost her life. After she was raped, they had DNA to prove who raped her. It went to go to court, but before it had the chance to go to court, on the day of the trial, the police turned up and basically said she's not a reliable witness, so it didn't go through. Now, today, they're saying it won't happen because, sadly, she's dead. She lost her life because of her trauma. And I want us to send a message to the family, to Anne's, the mother, a lovely woman, who's fighting as hard as she can to get justice for her daughter. We want to get justice for Jodie. We want to get justice for every survivor. And again, they may not be here today, but I want it to ring around this corrupt, sleazy area of Parliament. I want everyone to say, Jodie, Jodie, Jodie.
Jodie.
That's you, hands, mate. Love to the family. Thank you all. Speak soon.
Give it up for Anthony Wood, please. Telford Nader. Right, ladies and gentlemen, very important. Somebody's flying a drone above us, and the police are saying they'll shut us down if they don't take the drone down because it's over Downing Street. So whoever's got the drone, can you please take it down, otherwise they're going to shut us down. Right.
Whatever. Good.
Coffee, man.
Right, next up, ladies and gentlemen. So you've heard two speakers about some of the horrific abuse that's gone on in Telford and in Rochdale. The next person I'm going to ask to speak to you is going to speak to you from behind the curtain here. She's probably the most famous survivor in the country. She was a victim of horrific abuse that she's going to tell you about. She's a survivor, and she's also a very, very big campaigner for what's going on in this country now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a massive, massive round of applause for Elizabeth Harper, please. One sec. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Hello everyone, I am Elizabeth and I come from a small northern town. Some people may have heard of it, may have never heard of it, before the day of the 26th of August 2014, when my hometown dominated every news channel, every radio station, every newspaper, and everyone was talking about the day we become known as having the biggest child protection scandal ever seen in this country. We was known not just nationally but worldwide. My hometown is the infamous Rotherham. I am a grooming gang survivor of the Pakistani grooming gangs, and I am one of an estimated 300+ children identified in the Electors J report into Rotherham. One of those children that not only was abused, trafficked and raped, but was systematically failed on an industrial scale. Those that were paid to protect turned a blind eye blissfully and become complicit in the evil and horrendous abuse of children. I've always said the only reason they said sorry was because they got caught pushing this national epidemic under that big carpet they like to have as a belonging. They seem to push the narrative that Rotherham was somewhat a mistake. No, Rotherham wasn't a mistake, it was a conspiracy. Children were fed to the wolves while the perpetrators were allowed to roam free. I was abused over a period of 4.5 years. I won't go into the details, but please take a second to just imagine your worst nightmare times 1,000, and you probably still wouldn't get to the place what hundreds of children have experienced. The isolation, the fear, the normalisation of such abuse. I could go on forever. But those feelings are not what an adult faced, it was a child. Children should feel nothing but safety and to live a happy childhood. I have took the consequences of other people's crimes against me since I was 14. I am now 37. During my abuse in just a period of 10 weeks, I was kept in a flat for the purpose of to abuse and rape me. During the 10 weeks, my parents contacted the police over 200 times. No action was taken, until something changed one day. They decided to take action. They arrested my dad, not once, but twice. His crime, he tried to get me out of the property that his daughter was getting abused daily. Looking back, just at one event, as an adult, I was that even right that during the period he was the only one made accountable for my abuse. An innocent man who was going out of his mind took priority for arrest over the abusers. One of my abusers was a woman that preyed on young girls to then facilitate the abuse. With high intelligence already gathered on this offender from 1999, that's 4 years before I became a victim. The intelligence was that this particular offender had set up a fake rape crisis hotline to lure girls into exploitation. This was shut down by South Yorkshire Police in 1999. Rotherham Borough Council gave her a taxi contract to pick children up from school. She went under 9 different names. The intelligence around her was to a very high level, but still she did what she did without no consequences. When the J report came out in Rotherham, some people may have felt anger and upset and so many other emotions. I felt relieved, I felt vindicated, but I also knew that finally I wasn't that label of a naughty child that was responsible for my own abuse. The world knew we were always telling the truth. That day of the J report into Rotherham became the first step into my journey of becoming a survivor. The day I knew I had to fight not only for myself but also for those that didn't have a voice. In my journey of campaigning, I've been blessed with meeting some amazing people that have been through absolute hell, and I look at them and think, how did we do it? How did we survive? We fought against the odds, and here we found ourselves being shoved on the back burner again. We get media attention for a while, and then it disappears. We get false promises from those that can make the change, and then they let us down. The same old vicious circles. Then after all those times, something changed this year. One man in a different part of the world changed the narrative. That man was Elon Musk. gave us a voice once again. Our stories rose again. Then we saw a call for a national inquiry, and the government stood in Parliament, told the thousands of survivors and their families, no, your voice and your need for justice won't be heard or given. How is this right, and how can we justify such contempt against us? That justification was jumping on a far-right bandwagon and a dog whistle. Six full months they let us basically beg for justice, while blissfully insulting every single concerned person in this country. They ordered an audit. The audit found just exactly what the concerns and the injustice that had been raised for years. We then saw a U-turn. We was allowed an inquiry. This is when the fight starts again. We must not let them rewrite history on Britain's darkest secret. We must never become silenced again. We need this to be done. We need this to be done properly. We need to know the true extent throughout the country. We need to know the statistics to have proper data. We need to hold those that fail to account. We need to join the dots and make it what it is, organised crime. We need to see people being compelled to speak. We need to see actions, not only for us that have suffered, but for this country's children. They are our future. They should be safe and never be faced with such evil. Yeah. Out of the 4.5 years of abuse, due to missing and destroyed paperwork, I have only one perpetrator who has been sentenced. He was sentenced to 9 years in 2018. By 2020, he was allowed to go in open prison. He did just 2.5 years in a closed prison. Licence conditions were granted that he must not come into Rotherham again. Just 8 months after, he was just half a mile away from my home. He is recalled. This week, after a paper-based parole hearing, I was given the news that parole was denied and open prison conditions was denied. The summary was something that has made me feel quite upset this week. After the last 18 months of fighting to get him back in prison and being told you have to base things on facts and the label of me being emotionally unstable, my point was proven. I would just like to read you the risk assessment. Having considered the details and the circumstances of the index offences, as well as all the other evidence before it, the panel identified a number of risk factors, things that made it more likely that Mr Boston would reoffend. These risk factors have included offending for sexual gratification, a sexual interest in young teenagers, feeling entitled to sex associated with others who shared his interests, and having a lack of victim empathy. I wanted to share it so people have an insight of how the system doesn't work. This man was let out on automatic release with the full knowledge that he was likely to reoffend again. He was left for 8 months to potentially reoffend against children. This isn't justice, this is covering up crimes against children. I just want to say a huge thank you to every single person stood here today. Today you took part in making a stand for the children of this country. We also gave a little bit of hope to every single survivor in this country that their voice will still keep being heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, without people like Elizabeth doing what she just did, they won't be having a national inquiry, I'm telling you that now. Please give her a massive round of applause. Right. Most of the time, people hear the word grooming or grooming gang, and yeah, they may well associate it with the grooming towns, and be that what people sometimes describe as Asian, Pakistani. Not all groomers are Asian or Pakistani. Let's have it straight. The Catholic Church, the Church of England, they've all been guilty of it over the years. Yeah, so let's not just sit here and call one thing out, because all these people over the years have been guilty of doing this. Yeah? So yeah, don't pigeonhole it. We'll call it, yeah, So when you think of grooming, and you think of grooming gangs, they're not all like that. Sometimes it might be that little nice man that you've known for years and years and years, and you've let him look after your kids, yeah? And you think, what a lovely man, and the whole community likes him. The next speaker that I'm going to invite up to speak to you is going to tell you a story about this. Her child was abused, she killed the perpetrator, and she went to prison for it. I'm not applauding that. I'm not applauding that. I'm not trying to applaud that. But, ladies and gentlemen, this lady, right, who's next up, is going to talk to you also about a campaign that we want you all to get behind. So please give it up, yeah? For Sarah Sands, please, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Sarah's going to come out here and talk to you. Give her a round of applause, please. That's very brave. Very, very brave.
Thank you so much for having me. I don't know how much anybody knows about Della's Law, but I really appreciate your time so I can bring some awareness to it. For 20 years, those in authority have known about a loophole that has left our children vulnerable and unprotected. Due to the negligence in acting and finding a solution, children have been violated and murdered. Families continue to be ripped apart. It has taken an incredibly courageous woman to stand up and draw close to her those that will not back down or be swayed under big words and complicated legislations. Della Wright, who could not be here today, has been campaigning, fighting and gathering evidence for over 7 years to protect our children. Della has gained the support of MPs, multiple organisations and thousands of people. Della's Law is now on its second reading in Parliament under the Crime Policing Bill. I have come here today as one of those families torn apart by this loophole, and my children were amongst the children that had been affected by this loophole that should have been closed 20 years ago when they found out Ian Huntley had changed his name to get that job as a caretaker in a primary school. In 2014, I was arrested for murder, our lives already torn apart by the actions of one man who had changed his name after 30 years of abusing children to evade exposure due to changing his name and getting a clean DBS check. In these terrifying cases, both Claire's Law and Sarah's Law are not fully protecting us. Parliament knows it, the authorities know it, and they have known it for over 20 years. I wanted to be here today as a reminder that as the proposed legislation is going back and forth in Parliament, that they remember we are real people with real traumas due to the authorities' neglect in closing this loophole. Della has wrote a book, Trapped, and is on social media as Della's Law if anybody would like any more information. It is for us to remember the power we hold in our voices to make change, spread awareness and to save our children.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Sarah Sands, please. Okay, we've got a couple more speakers, yeah? And at the moment, 1 second please, we've got Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from one more survivor here who's got another story to tell and who's got another campaign for you to get behind. It's really important we get behind these campaigns. What she just said there about Ian Huntley, yeah? The fact that he was able to do that. And after 20 years and 30 years, these people are able to change their names and all of a sudden they lose their criminal record, yeah? We need to be on this to make sure these people do this, yeah? Right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from another young survivor here who's going to tell you a story. Please give a massive reception for Kira, please.
Hello. Hi, bear with me because I'm a bit nervous and it's my first time. Thank you all for being here today, standing with us and lending your voice. Of course, that is too often silenced. My name is Kira and I'm a survivor of sexual abuse, but I'm more than just a survivor. I'm a person who's finding my strength, my voice, and my path to healing. At 16 years old, I just finished school and was groomed by my local shopkeeper who was 55. Harry Shankar. With the support of and encouragement of my friends and family, I pressed charges and went to court. This was a long and hard journey that went on for 5 years. Adjourned twice, I gave up so many times, and we finally made it to court in 2023 for the trial. Me and my friends were cross-examined for a whole day and made to feel like we were the criminals, only for Harry Shankar to accept a lesser charge of paying for sexual activities from a 16-year-old. Instead of taking the stand, he took the easier way out. His original charges were 2 sexual assaults and 2 sexual penetrations, and then he accepted the plea for sexual acts of a 16-year-old. I was completely destroyed all over again and made to feel like I consented and was accepting the payment for this. So far from the truth. Harry Shankar was also subject to immigration and did not have the right to remain in the UK. He should have been granted this, but after he pleaded guilty to the lesser charge, he was also granted the right to remain in the country, a failing from our Home Service and immigration. I'm still fighting this today after finding information that he is still committing offences and breaching his sexual harm prevention order. I reached out to Gurmit Singh, and from this came my documentary, Kira's Justice. If you haven't seen it, please watch, and you'll hear all about my story. I'm on YouTube, X, and Twitter. This is something that I'm still living every day. My perpetrator is back in court next week for breaching his order, and let's just hope justice is finally done. I'm here because this can happen to anybody. It's not about what you look like or how you act. These people prey on the vulnerable, and I'm lucky to have the support to fight this because many other people haven't. For many years I felt the weight of silence, carried the shame, the fear, the doubt and all the confusion. It isn't easy, but I've learned something important. Nobody should have to carry the burden of abuse alone. No one should have to be made to feel ashamed of something that wasn't done to them. This is why I'm standing here today and why I've created Kira's Voice for Change, number 4, just to let you know. Because I don't want survivors to know that they're not alone and their voice does matter. I want to say this clearly, there is no shame in speaking out, there is no shame in telling the truth, and no shame in seeking help. There's no shame in asking for support. This shame belongs to those who commit these unspeakable acts, not to those who have been harmed. And together, we can break the silence that has allowed abuse to continue for too long. Kira's Voice for Change is more than my story. It's a platform where we can amplify the survivors, where we can create a community that uplifts, supports and empowers one another. I believe that by sharing our stories, we make it harder for the darkness of abuse to thrive. We shed the light on truth. We bring hope to others that are still suffering in silence. And I want to actually make a change, first by spreading awareness, and then I want to find a meaningful change. And I've decided the only way that we can do that is to change the law in England to ensure that perpetrators of a child's sexual abuse cannot accept a lesser plea deal and dismiss the impact of their crimes. A petition has been submitted. Please keep an eye out on my social media for that. When it's live, please get behind it. If you are here today, if you are listening And to the messages on social media, I want you to know your story does matter, and no matter how long it takes to find the courage to speak, people are here who will listen, support you, and who will stand by you as you begin your journey towards healing. Let today be a reminder for us all, we are not alone, we are powerful, we are brave, together, and we can make this world a safer place for children. Thank you.
Phil Hickin, please give this man a round of applause. The amount of work he does, unbelievable. Phil's going to read something out to you. Give it up for Phil Hickin, please.
Right, it's just a short statement that I want to read out. Yeah. Although we welcome the news of a full inquiry into the epidemic of child grooming rape gangs, let's not let ourselves be distracted away from the fact that Tommy Robinson was incarcerated for an airing Right, let's not get distracted away from the fact that Tommy Robinson was incarcerated for airing a documentary exposing the unbelievable case of Bailey McLaren, the 15-year-old Huddersfield schoolboy who had his life destroyed by a total media lie. We suggest everyone here today should watch the documentary Silenced. If you haven't already had, and if you haven't already watched it, then please watch it. Make sure to share it to those who haven't. We demand a full investigation. Sorry. We demand a full investigation where all witnesses are allowed to speak freely and without fear of repercussions. A total exoneration and public apology for Tommy Robinson and Bailey McLaren. For Tommy Robinson and Bailey McLaren, who, let's not forget, who is still in hiding purely because he defended his sister's threat of rape and violence. Let's listen, while we're here, let's forget this. He's not here today, Tommy. He was going to come, but he's not well at the moment. So I want to give everyone, let's have a round of applause for Tommy Robinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to add a small bit to that. That man started campaigning, in 2009. Think about that, 2009. We've been doing it for a while, but that man's been doing it a hell of a lot longer. And I think we should all doff our hat and thank him for what he's been doing for our children. Phil just told you, Tommy isn't well, and that's why he's not here today. But I'm now going to introduce a man who's been speaking all over the country for the last few years now, and is always very well received. He's a very, very good friend. Tommy Robinson. I'm going to give you up now. Daddy, come and have a word, mate. Give it up for Daddy, please.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for everyone for coming, and let's have a big round of applause for everyone behind For the Children campaign who's been doing this. For the stewards, for the security, because this wouldn't happen without them. So, there comes a time though when silence becomes complicity. Today isn't one of those days, because today is the day that we tear off the mask and we show this country exactly what it has become. Let me make this clear. Our children weren't just failed. They were fed to the wolves and the government held the lead. Don't you dare let them say this is neglect, because neglect is forgetting a birthday. Neglect is about missing a parents' evening. This is none of them, because this was grooming. This was rape. This was the political protection of paedophile networks, and only now they were forced to admit it. Because Baroness Louise Casey, she's not one of us, she's one of the Labour's own. She exposed the truth of what we have been saying for decades upon decades. That police officers have ignored the victims. Survivors were labelled as liars and slags. Gangs ran wild under the nose of the state, and nobody did a thing. This wasn't just failure, this was a strategy. A strategy to keep the Muslim vote happy. A strategy to appease community leaders. A strategy to silence the working class while our daughters were dragged into hell. Where was Keir Starmer when the grooming gangs were being protected? He was the director of public prosecution after all. And he shut down the very first serious investigation. So no, like he claimed, he didn't stop it. He helped to bury it. He's a liar. And where were the Conservatives? They were too busy hosting iftars in Parliament and grovelling to hate preachers while our children were getting groomed. And what now? They're going to hand out medals and tell us that lessons have been learned? No, they haven't. So we are not talking anymore. We are going to be demanding justice. I have multiple demands over multiple places because I don't play policy games, and I'm here to draw a line in the sand. I demand a national criminal investigation into the political cover-ups of grooming gang, starting with Keir Starmer. I demand the prosecution of any MP, any police officer or social worker who facilitated abuse through silence. I demand grooming gang survivors receive state-funded trauma support, way above what they give the illegals and the asylum seekers. And I demand that public trials for the paedophile protection networks, televised, let the people sing! And here's where I go further, because I demand the end of multiculturalism as a policy. It has failed. It has caused lives. It ends now. I demand remigration of anyone who refuses to adopt British principles. I don't care where they came from. If they treat our daughters like me and our country with disrespect, they can leave. I demand the end of Islamic supremacy in British public life. You want Sharia? Go to Saudi. Here, we live in the common law. Here, our women and children come first. You see, what's going to happen now is the left and all the mainstream medias, they're going to incorrectly call this hate speech. So they want to play that game with me. Okay, good. I'm going to play it. Because yes, I hate evil. I hate paedophiles. I hate cowards who trade girls for votes. I hate lies disguised as tolerance. I hate the wolves in the suits. And I hate the silence in power. And if you don't hate these two, then you're part of the problem. So this will be a righteous hate. It's what built empires, and it's what defends the innocent. And to those over there watching in Parliament in Westminster, let me remind you this. You knew, and you let it happen anyway. And now the people know too! You let citizens fools into gang control. You arrested the whistleblowers. You even jailed Tommy Robinson for exposing it, while the groomers and the rapists he named walk free. You let children bleed because their parents were the wrong kind of victim. And when they did come forward, you called them racist. You took away their voice. You destroyed any type of justice for them. And now they want to talk about healing. Okay, we will heal this country when the guilty are in prison and the people are back in charge. And God bless that one over there with the UKIP flag. That's who we need to get there. That's who's going to be doing it. And I will be standing for them. And I'm proud to be doing that. So let me just finally say a few things here, and I'm going to make it loud and clear because I am done being polite. I am done playing nice. And we are never, ever going to stop. Because we are the Britain they hoped that died. We are the voice they tried to ban. And we are the judgment that they fear. And the reckoning that they deserve. We demand consequences. We demand justice. And finally, we demand Britain back. Come on!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Danny Boston. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got one last speaker here today, and then we've got a few thank yous and a few acknowledgements. Okay, but I'm going to ask Beaver Meadow to come up here with two children as well, the first time on the stage. Yeah, they're going to have a chat with you. Come on. Come along, bring that on the stage, come on. Don't be shy, come on. Come out here. It's what this is about. Give these girls a round of applause.
Hey. Hi. They're not children. They're just young women. But not just women, young women. Women with a voice. Make some noise if you're a survivor. Yes. Make some noise if you know a survivor. I'm a survivor. And I'm an ambassador for the Enough to End Rape social deterrent campaign. My perpetrator is a 3-time convicted child sex offender, and he's back in the community for a 3rd time. He has an offending history spanning 5 decades, starting in 1983, where he pleaded guilty in a court of law and walked free. He is an associate of Jimmy Savile, and he's back in the community after a 3rd conviction. I am angry. Who is angry here? And I'm the kind of person who, whilst I'm passionate and angry and could kill him, I'm not going to, because here we are taking action and advocating and doing our activism. And I want to tell you about this really important social deterrent initiative that Enough has come up with. And that's not me, that's Katie and Tom, but they can't be here today, so I'm representing the Enough. What it is self-testing DNA rape kits. We want every family in the country to have one of these kits at home, next to their COVID kit, next to their pregnancy test kit, and whatever else you test for at home. And you, if you don't want to go to the police, we're not saying instead of, we're saying as an alternative to, because let's face it, the police actually haven't been very helpful to survivors, have they? So we've come up with our own plan. And this is to give the power and some control and the narrative back to the survivors. This is survivor-led social justice, social deterrent. It's a kit You can swab within 48 hours of being attacked or raped. You can send it in an envelope free post to the lab, and your perpetrator's DNA will be held on file forever. So that when you're ready to go to the police, or if you want to, you can, because you've collected the data and it has to be collected within 48 hours. And most women and girls who have been raped don't really acknowledge it until days later, so they've missed their important 48-hour window. That's why everyone needs one of these self-testing DNA rape kits. What do you think? Do you think this is a cool idea? Can you believe we haven't had something like this? Because this technology has been available since the 1960s. Who doesn't want this kit in the public space? I'll tell you who. It's a government that sanctions, it's state-sanctioned gaslighting of victims and survivors to shut us up, keep us quiet, keep us disempowered, so that they can perpetuate their own political agenda or whatever it is they want to do. And we're saying we're not having it no more. Everyone needs to get one of these kits. There's a QR code. Give one to your daughter, to your grandmother, to your aunt, your sister, and all you football fans, all you men, get a kit and give it to one of your loved ones. So that way you are very much a part of the deterrence against rape and violence against women and girls in our community. Thank you so much.
I've got the glasses now. Oh, shoot. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, right, I'm going to start doing a few thank yous and a few acknowledgements. Over the course of the last 8 years, I'm talking about things from the football lads to what we're doing now, combined with For the Children. A lot of people put feet on the ground, and a lot of people done things in the background. We had so many things, admins that worked with the FLA for years, monitoring all the phone calls and the messages we get. Sometimes you do get lunatics coming up who are far right, unlike us lot. Yeah, and we have people that stop all that coming through. We have all for 8 years now. See all these people here in these yellow vests, yeah? And the visas and the guys all around the back here. Can you give them a round of applause? Because they do this for nothing. The stewards, please, give it up, please, for everyone here. They've been doing it for years. They don't get paid. Unlike these people down the road who want to come and do all these anti-protests. The pro-paedophile ones, I call them. Yeah, on top of that, we've got a lot of other people behind the scenes here. I'm going to ask some of them to get up so that you see some of these people up, because you don't see them. You won't see them like me and Phil today. They're all the people in the background who do so much work. Please come along. Give these people a round of applause, because they work really hard. I see these people down here. Glenn, Phil, the SCD boys. Where's my SCD boys? Give these guys, see these boys here. They come and do security for us. They've been doing it for years. Phil, Greg, every one of you. I salute every one of you. Yeah. All these guys here, the media, the mainstream media don't cover this. These people here do. Yeah, and that's how people get to see it. And that's how, with the help of Elon Musk, Elon, salute you, mate. Give him a round of applause. I agree with that. Elon, I hope you're going to share this. I hope you share this around the world, because you played a part in all of this. And we acknowledge you and we thank you. And these media boys here, and boys and girls that are here, all of you, we appreciate it. There's a few other people I'd like to thank. There's a guy behind here. Will, come out here, mate. Will does the sound for us. Where's Mark? Mark, you here, mate? Mark, get yourself up here. See this lorry? He has kittens every time. He has burgers. Having to get this in. Ladies and gentlemen, give Mark a round of applause, please. HCB. Here he is. Right. There's a few people, ladies and gentlemen, that aren't with us today, that started this journey with us. And so many to mention, but amongst Terry Houlihan, ladies and gentlemen, Simon Davis, you want to give it up for Terry Houlihan? Yeah? And we'll have the Millwall, he was part of all this to start with. Stevie Ross, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, good shout, Phil. Steve Ross, good man. There's a lot of others that aren't here anymore that started this journey. Let's not forget them. Okay? See these people here, right? Tony, Carl, Glenn, Greg, Phil, and Liam. Come round here, Liam. Liam films all this stuff for us. If you want to catch up on this, Liam Galvin, go on YouTube. All these guys here, go and look at what they do. Yeah, give them a round of applause, because they cover these events. They ain't getting paid to come here. Unlike all these mainstream media people, they turn up here and they do a bit of good. I salute every one of you. Thank you very much. And lastly, but by no means least, and I mean by no means least, yeah, every one of you people that's put feet on the ground for the last 8 years, yeah, that came to Telford, that came to Rochdale, that came to London, whoa, and in the background there, it's a sing. Hello? Give this man a round of applause. Can see the seats, by the way. Yes. How are you, mate? Thank you for coming. Yeah? Because the seats of Mohan Singh spoke on the 1st March. We did. Yeah, and I'm going to say it because I don't think people realise that the Sikh community, they were victimised. They were targeted as well by the grooming gangs. It wasn't just English kids, and it isn't just English children now that they do it to. They do it to the Sikh community, and the Sikh community needs to stand with these people because they're good people. Give them a round of applause, please, for the Sikhs. And another one that along the way they've come along and supported us many, many times. The Gurkhas, good people, the Gurkhas. They fought for this country. Let's hear it for the Gurkhas as well. Along the way, we marched together many, many times. They come with us many, many times. And I'd like to hear every one of you give a round of applause for the veterans of this country. Yeah. It's wrong the way the veterans in this country are treated. 10,000 veterans sleep rough on the streets of the country they fought for every night. Yeah? It's not right. The way we treat our veterans is a national disgrace. And we need to call it out. Sama, you need to sort this out. Our veterans are worth more than this, while you house other people that have never paid a penny in tax, never mind poor for this country. Let's hear it for the veterans. I'm going to pass you over to my mate Phil.
When we launched the For the Children campaign on the 22nd of March, we had some very brave people speak on the stage, survivors, right? And they've come on board with us and they're doing an amazing job researching stuff and just coming on board and helping us. These people, where's the others? Right, I want you all to give it up for the survivors, yeah, because these are the people we're doing this for. They're the ones that matter. Not me, not Justin. These people, yeah, we're doing it for them, and they're doing it for themselves. They've been out there for years and years and years campaigning, yeah. Yeah, they are the heroes. They are the proper heroes, not us. They are. Also, the For the Children campaign, we're trying to start groups in every area because we want to do a national day of action. So if any of you are interested in starting a group in your area, we've got one already around Portsmouth area, all around now. Please get in contact with us on our Facebook pages, just Together for the Children, and you know, because this day, National Day of Action, has to be big. It has to be at the same time in many areas up and down the country, yeah? So if anyone is interested in doing that, get started a For the Children group in their own area, please get in touch with us, yeah? I'd also like to thank Jay Herndon for sponsoring us with the lorries and everything. These people do an amazing job and they sponsor us, so I'd like to thank them as well, yeah? But and on top of it, you lot, amazing, absolutely amazing, yeah? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I've just been asked very quickly to shout, Kira, you give it a shout again, please, because this is important to get behind this campaign.
Please follow Kira's Voice #4 Change on social media.
There's a few other people I'd just like to thank. Karen, come here, mate. This is Karen Edmonton, who's done so much behind the scenes as well. Yeah. And my wife, who I haven't even seen today, I don't even know if she's here, I apologise. If she's here, she was up at 5 o'clock this morning making sandwiches for all these people. So Jenny, wherever you are, give her a round of applause, because I won't hear the end of that otherwise. Okay? I don't know if I've left anyone out here. But going forwards, here's a little thing for you. Going forwards, we've got plans to take this to other towns and around the country. Yeah, so you'll be hearing about that. So follow the pages, and you'll see what we're going to be doing, because we're planning to do something in October. And there is a documentary for all you football lads. There's a documentary that documents our journey for the last 8 years, from 2017 to now, and we're for the children. Yeah, combined, we all work together. Yeah, it's all part of the same thing. It comes out on Saturday the 2nd of August. You'll be able to download it then, so you'll be able to buy it, and hopefully Elon Musk will share that for us, and we'll get our story out, because apparently we're all far right now. We'll show all these people what we do in the background and what we've all been doing for years. Yeah? And lastly, I want to give every single one of you a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming today. You make us proud and you make this worthwhile. Thank you. Thank you very much. Every one of you, thank you very much. We're going to play you a song now, Karen.
Listen, the beers are on Justin in the pub up the top there, so we'll show you now afterwards, yeah? All the beers are on Justin, yeah? Thanks for coming, brilliant.
That's it, man.
I want you to listen to this song as well. This song was written for us.
Kids take lives like ravers take pills.
Good off.
Film it all for Instagram reels. Laugh and joke as young blood spills. Another boy soldier KIA. And the politicians seem MIA. The county lines and postcode wars. It could happen to mine, it could happen to yours. For our sons and daughters. For all.
So, good afternoon all. My name is Wendell Daniels, and welcome.
We must make some noise. It's not too late, but it's now or never. We must act as one.
So in a few moments we will be speaking to Kara. So Kara, if you look into the camera, we're currently live on Tommy Robinson's YouTube page. So let the sound go down a bit. Let the sound go down a bit. So we're just waiting for the sound to go down.
Saved by legislation, the laws are a joke and the system is broke. It all needs investigation. For our sons and daughters, for all girls and boys, we must make a stand.
Come forward.
We must make some noise. It's not too late, but it's now or never. We must act as one.
Beautiful. That's better. So, Kara, we're now live on Tommy Robinson's Twitter page and also on his YouTube channel. What a journey you've been through.
It's been hard, but today it's been absolutely incredible. I am so proud of this country. We've been making a change, we're doing something, we're actually starting to listen, and there's a rift coming, and it's going to come whether people like it or not. And all of these people here today, we're unite and we're together, and we're going to end child abuse.
Can you feel change is coming?
I can feel it in my heart, I can feel it in my bones, I can feel it.
What was it like for you?
Why won't you shut up? It's disappeared. Oh, good. Fucking hell. No, fucking hell. It disappeared, 42. If you've ever used a Mac before, you know what I mean. It just disappeared. Hold on. Look, I've got a banging headache because I can only see today. It's driving me fucking mad. I pray it all stops. Yeah, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. Hold on. I've got to open up a new tab now. Good. Where was I watching it? Twitter X when I... Where is it? Just that. Oh, she's so loud. She's so loud.
And what would you say to other victims who are motivated and encouraged by your story?
You're not alone. You shouldn't be ashamed, and our voice is going to make a whole lot of difference, so please speak out as hard as it is.
Excellent stuff. As normal, thank you very much.
No problem.
I no doubt we are going to be meeting in the future, and it's going to be great, but thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you to meet you.
Excellent stuff. So for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel, and this is Urban Scoop. It's a bit dark. Let me move around. So these are all the things I have to worry about. So we are coming to the end, but not quite yet. What is important, I'm going to conduct a few interviews, and I'm trying to speak with Phil. Phil!
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to try and speak to Phil. I'm also going to be wanting to speak to Danny Roscoe, if he's still here. So, you can't tell me you're scared anymore. How would you describe today?
Great, brilliant turnout. When you have that many football lads coming together doing a silent march, I think it's powerful. Do you know what I mean? We all wanted to scream and shout. Obviously, we're what we're here for. But yeah, absolutely went really, really well. Survivors got to speak and say their story. And yeah.
Can you sense, just like I spoke with Kira just now, can you sense that change
definitely
is coming?
100%, definitely. I've got to say, a few years ago when we all started speaking about it, those who've sort of been awake, not woke, but been awake, people used to cross the road when they see me. Now they walk over and they want to shake everyone's hand.
They love you.
Well, just not me.
So what has happened in the last few years that they now want to shake your hand?
The truth is coming out now, isn't it?
So
it just shows that we weren't being racist. We were just, facts don't care about feelings.
Exactly.
I don't care if you're black, white, green. Your sexual preference is a child. We're coming for you.
Excellent stuff. So listen, Ginge, it's been great.
Brilliant.
Will I see you on Thursday?
Yeah. What are we doing Thursday?
Southwark.
Yeah.
So you're going to be at Southwark.
Southwark, cool. For Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tommy will be appearing in Southwark. I've nearly said magistrates. No, Crown Court.
First time he's got a jury. But I don't think it'll start that day. I think it'll be...
Yeah.
But,
so for those of you, Tommy Robinson will be appearing in court on Thursday. We will be live and direct from around 9 a.m. So make sure you are there. So Ginge, thank you very much. I want to take Phil for me. Get Phil. So I'm now going to speak to Phil, and he's one of the organisers. And I don't want you to go yet, but tomorrow we will be at Speaker's Corner from 1 till 5 p.m. So tomorrow from 1 till 5 p.m. we will be live and direct on Tommy Robinson's Twitter and also on Tommy Robinson's YouTube, and it will be brilliant. So I've got a few questions to ask you, yeah. My name is, do you know me?
I don't know. Who are you?
See, no one knows me. I'm no one. Do you believe that?
Everyone is someone.
Exactly. I'm currently live on Tommy Robinson's Twitter page and also on his YouTube channel, like I am every week.
That's fantastic, but could I just ask you to not put your arm around me because I didn't give consent to that?
Oh, sorry. My apologies. The reason I do that, you see the camera.
Be close.
Yeah, I do it. I won't do it. I
don't like being touched, but...
No problem. But the reason I do it is to pull people closer, because if not, they go over there.
Okay, well...
It's not a sexual thing, I can assure you that.
But you should have asked consent before
you
touched me.
No problem. I apologise. All
about consent.
Yeah, but tell me more about this.
So, the Enough to End Rape campaign is a social deterrent initiative. It's a survivor-led initiative, and we distribute these self-testing DNA rape kits as an alternative to going to the police. This means that you could capture within 48 hours the DNA of your perpetrator, in your own home with a self-swab, put it in this envelope, put it in a post box, free post, and the DNA of your perpetrator will be kept on the lab records indefinitely, so that if at a later date you want to prosecute, you have the evidence, because we know that most rape survivors don't report within the first 48 hours, and that's vital to get the DNA, but that's not the real reason. Actually, this is more about a deterrent, a social deterrent, and we know that deterrents work.
Good.
We know that the drinking, stop drinking campaign, driving campaign worked. We know that the speeding, deterrent worked, and we think that if rapists realised that we were collecting their DNA and keeping it stored in a lab, they'd shit their pants and they'd think twice about raping.
And what type of response have you been getting since you started raising awareness? Because I've never heard about this, and you said it's been around since the 60s.
Well, so no, the technology has been around since the 60s, but this actually, we started this in October, and our pilot study was down in Bristol on the university campuses down there, and we found that the incidences of rape were going down. It was very well received, and we're also working with local businesses like bars and restaurants, where if you need one of these kits and you need one quickly, you can go in and ask for a hot orange, and they will give you one of these kits.
All right then. Excellent.
This is our first trip in London, so we're just kind of testing it to see what the response is from these.
And how would you describe the response so far?
Really positive. Everyone's saying it's a really good idea. And finally, there's some survivor-led justice. So we can take control of the narrative, and we're not reliant on the police representing us, because, as you know, they don't really represent us.
But there is one question I have to ask to give balance. Is there any dangers associated with this kit?
Well, in the same way that a lab, holds data on other, the COVID test kit, they collect your data. So, but the way that the lab works is that the names of perpetrators aren't captured; it's just anonymized. So, if I wanted to collect the data on my rapist, only I would have the code to collect that data. It's not. It doesn't go on the national database, so the police can't access it. It's through a private lab. And at the moment, this is privately funded because the government won't fund it. And what we're looking for is investors. So Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO, get on board with this.
And I love him on Dragon's Den.
He's pretty good at Dragon's Den too. Yeah, so we need some investors to back this if the government aren't. And I think that people really want this. And women and girls especially want it, but it's not just women and girls that get raped, boys get raped too, so it's for everybody.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and my apologies if you were offended. There was nothing bad intended. I do it to everyone, and I have to pull them into the shot. If not, they're all over the place. But regardless, it's been excellent. You've had the opportunity to put your message across, and it has been a successful day.
Well, I certainly wasn't anticipating speaking from the stand when I woke up this morning.
But you did brilliant.
A last-minute thing, so amazing that I had that opportunity to do that. And I wasn't offended. I was just putting in a boundary.
Yeah.
And
let's move on from that. But point noted. Thanks a lot. Excellent stuff. See, I'm now going to get this. This young geezer here. Come forward, sir. Come forward. I thought you wanted to chat with me. So what I am going to be doing, we are going to be shutting down soon. I just want to get a couple more interviews, and I want to speak with Phil, and Phil is one of the organisers down here, and it would be so Phil is now coming over now, and I just want him to can you bring us my bag over, please? Thanks a lot. And the stool. Thanks a lot, just in case they move it. But don't go anywhere yet. We are going to be doing a couple of more interviews. Phil, come round. And I put my arm like this because I have to compose the shot to make sure that you're in shot. Yeah.
Am I in shot?
So, excellent stuff. So, Phil, how would you describe today?
Amazing. Shocked by the numbers. We knew we was going to get numbers, but today was just an amazing day, and I think we've our campaign has now sort of kicked off really. But it was a great day, fantastic day.
But you can feel a change is coming.
Change is coming, mate. People have had enough. And I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, let's have it right. Today was about us, but the man who started all this was Tommy Robinson.
Yeah.
And there ain't no getting away from that, mate. And we're all coming off the back of Tommy. I mean, I'm gutted he wasn't here today, but I understand why he isn't. But he's been doing it for years, and this is part. You know, this is why these people come out. But you know, today was just amazing. I'm a bit speechless at the moment.
No, I understand and appreciate why you're speechless, but. You know, as you know, I filmed
George Chisholm subscribed to the channel.
So you had me there. And I was hoping to be meeting Tommy today.
Cheers, George.
So were you. We know, buddy. But the important thing is, when Tommy was in Whitehill prison, and look how long, Woodhill, I beg your pardon, look how long, but things still continued. He's not here today.
To be honest with you, him being in prison made the movement stronger. Made it stronger, mate.
We're not saying we want you back, but...
Yeah, I do want him back.
No, back in prison.
Yeah, no, not back in prison. No, no, not at all. Listen, I had a little conversation before he went into prison, and you know, the man's he's a lion, but him going to prison made it all stronger. And it's, you know, I'm gutted he's not here,
but when you compare the first event you had down at and here. There has been...
Well, I'll tell you the difference.
Yeah, what's the difference?
The difference is, when we launched it on the 22nd of March, we kind of kept it a bit low-key because we had survivors on board. If we'd have put the football lad's name to it, we'd have had the left counter-protesting it. And we didn't know how it would be with the... So I'm being honest here, we didn't know how it would be with the survivors. After I think when we marched, there must have been, I don't know, 300 of us, 400, I don't know. But we was happy with it because it was a launch. And then we sat down with the survivors and we said to them, listen, how do you feel about us putting our name above it, the proper name, as the Football Lads Alliance? And they said, yeah, we're fine with it. So that is why there's numbers here today. Because you know, it's like Tommy. If Tommy puts his name to saying people out, we put the Football Lads' name to it, people come out. And that's the reason there's a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's for the children as well, but having the football lads behind it is a good thing because they all come out, they all support each other. You know, Tottenham walked in with Chelsea today. They'd never be heard of. It's like Millwall walking in with West Ham on our first march, on that big march we had in 2017. We walked in with Chelsea, and I'm proud of that. It makes me proud, you know what I mean?
Can you imagine, you put the Football Lads Alliance, their name to the event, you put Tommy's name to the event, can you imagine the next one?
Mate, it's got to be 500,000 plus, mate.
Big up.
You know that, mate. It's got to be. You know, I mean, listen, I sent him a little message yesterday, I think it was, saying that, you know, I'm so gutted you're not here, but we will all be behind his march.
Look, this is his channel.
Sorry, Tommy. We are all behind you on the September the 13th. You will have 500,000 plus people there, brother. I'm gutted you're not here today, mate, and that's come from my heart.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you for inviting me to live stream the event.
No worries, mate.
It has been amazing. We've captured everything, every single speech we've got. I've even got Kira's, because I was told by Gurham that she was going to be here, which I didn't know. And he said, "You got to interview her." And she mentioned, and I've interviewed her. So
she mentioned him, didn't she?
Yeah.
Listen, mate, thank you very much.
Excellent
Thanks
stuff.
for coming
No problem.
and reporting on it.
No problem.
Tommy, can't wait to see you again, mate.
So, for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel. We are currently live streaming, as you already know, on Tommy Robinson's Twitter page and also on his YouTube channel. And we will be back. I believe this young lady next to me. Do you want to say something about Tommy?
Oh, I love him.
Come. Don't be offended me putting my arm here because I have to pull you around so you can see. So I got you in shot. There is nothing untoward by me pulling you around.
Tommy.
So, how are you feeling, my darling?
I'm feeling great. And I'm made up there was more people here today than was last time. Did you
There's
give
thousands
Tommy
more.
my last message?
Say that again?
When I met you first time,
I can't remember. I see too many thousands.
Speaker's Corner.
But hold on, look into the camera. This is Tommy's channel.
Little when you like it. I'm very
I love
happy.
you, mate.
Makes me happy
All
that you're
I want
happy.
to say, Tommy, is don't blow a blood vessel. I know you're passionate, son. And I can't understand why people are taking the credit for what you done. You opened our eyes. I'm 75 years of age.
You're not.
I never knew.
Thought you were 25.
76 this year. Ah, yeah. Classy will get you every. I was too busy working. I knew nothing about you, Tommy. Nothing. Until my younger daughter showed me on the computer the first time. And I said, who is he? You were outside the course, filming them, not them going in. And all you done was ask. And you got nicked. You know that. All I'm saying is, Tommy, I'm so far behind you. You sent me an email.
We'll stick with Doris for a minute.
Shirley.
No, I hear you. But you did make me laugh earlier on.
Put it in an envelope and even pass it to you to give to Evanston.
Yeah. But earlier on, you was making
500 in.
Yeah. Earlier on, you was making funny hand movements when they were talking about Keir Starmer. What was you doing? Show him in the camera.
But
that was worth staying just for that. It was.
He was CPS, don't forget. He's been covering up his own crimes. We all know it. And Charles, the poor Queen lived so long because she knew he wasn't capable. God bless her. She waited till the end, Tommy. All I'm saying to you is, give my love to your parents and your wife and kids, because if I bought respect by the bucket load, I still wouldn't have enough for you. I wouldn't have enough respect for your mate if I bought it. I'm so proud of you. And I think a lot of people here are. I love you so much, mate, and I do anything I can to help.
Excellent. Thank you very much, my darling. You know Ricky Dooland over there? I want to talk to Ricky. Ricky! Ricky! Big up. Thanks a lot, yeah.
Do you want a cream soda?
Say that again?
Do you want a nice cold cream soda?
Hey, I wouldn't mind a drink because I'm thirsty. I was going to ask. Oh, thank you. I'm thirsty. Thank you very much, my darling. Thanks a lot, yeah. Ooh.
Is this how you get my attention? You just
see, it's taking all day. So if you come round, Ricky. So, Ricky, big up. So if you stand in front of the camera, if you come round, yeah. So you will sometimes when I do this thing, people think I'm trying something on. But you know I've got to compose you in the camera. So come round a bit because of the light.
Where do you want me?
I hope you don't start singing, Dawn.
Like that?
Yeah, hold on. Go round that side, hold on.
Love your side.
No, you've got me working now.
Hold on, I'm just looking. I'm just looking to see how it... No, it's still too dark. Let's go back in the sun. It's horrible.
It's like we're doing a dance here.
So what? So Ricky. So I'll do it this way. Yeah. Come forward a bit. Stay there, sir. How have you been?
Very good. Nice to see you.
But I haven't seen you for so bloody long. I thought you emigrated.
The only immigrating I'm doing is from Lincolnshire to London.
Excellent stuff. But no need to lean forward. But you've come to this event for the children. Yeah. How would you describe what you've experienced and felt?
The event just reminded me of Unite the Kingdom, full of love, unity, common cause. Saw people here of all ethnicities, backgrounds. It's not what the mainstream media lie about. It's not far right. It's nothing like that. You just see real British people being concerned about their children, and rightly so, because this is the biggest scandal that we've seen in generations, definitely in our lifetime.
And as you know, Tommy's been raising awareness for donkey's years. Yeah. And then now there's a statutory inquiry. There's all kind of inquiries. Why do you think now timing Keir Starmer and his people are caving in? Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't think it's something that is coincidental that it's happening now. And I think, there's this thing that's been going on for decades now, of this kind of thing where politicians try to look self-righteous. So I reckon they're trying to look like they're the ones that did the inquiry. It's the Labour Party that did the inquiry, when everybody knows, because of the exposure from people like Tommy Robinson, Urban Scoop and everybody, is that Labour have, if you look at across the map where the grooming gangs have been operating the majority of places are Labour-run areas. So yes, they might be doing the inquiry, but let's not be fooled by it. We need to, Danny Roscoe said it brilliantly today, we need to have an investigation and an inquiry into the politicians, into Keir Starmer, and all of them that were in positions to do something and they did nothing.
It was a powerful intervention from Danny Roscoe. I was hoping to speak with him, but it seems like he's got run off. Danny! Here he is there. Come. Right. Perfect timing, he is still here. But let's talk about Tommy Robinson. Yeah, I believe you went to see Tommy in Woodhill.
I did.
What was that like for you? Because I went as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I was so happy to get to see him because they blocked us for 5 months. So we couldn't get to go and see him. And I really wanted to see him as somebody that supports him, but also as a friend and more so as a pastor. I wanted to get there and see how he's doing. And when I got there, I found him in great spirits. I mean, I made a video about this, but I knew he was going to come out on fire. I knew it. There was no doubt about it because we spent 2.5 hours and he's telling me plans and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And that's Tommy for you. You know, he's on fire for Britain and the British people. He's on fire for making a change in this country. And that type of passion, you know, you just can't beat it. And that's why they're always locking him up. They're always persecuting, defaming him, because they know that without doing that, they can't stop him. And even with them doing that, they still can't stop him.
Yeah. And it's amazing. And I went to see Tommy on the 6th of January. And it was the day that Elon Musk threw Farage under the bus.
Yes.
I went with Danny, but we never knew. It was Tommy who told us when we got into the prison. And I've never seen him so happy, but like you said, his brain is like a computer.
Yeah.
He's always chucking so much great ideas, and it's amazing. But the final point I want, and it's a very important point. Yeah, on the 28th of July last year, it's nearly a year. You and I met up in where?
Southport.
Tell me, because it's nearly a year.
Standing like this. Yeah, and I'm so glad you were there because I went to Southport. It was a day after the attacks, and I was just in my house, and I felt so much emotion because I've got 2 young daughters. I felt so much emotion. I just said, "Let me go there." I drove for 3.5 hours. I got there, and all I wanted to do was pray for the community. And the fact that you were there, it enabled me to pray for not only the community but for the whole nation through your broadcast, so I really appreciate that. And also, the riots broke out 2 minutes after we prayed for everybody.
That's great.
And then the mainstream media tried to frame Tommy, myself and some other people as instigators. So it was your video that enabled me to email them and say, right, if you don't remove my name, you'll hear from my lawyer next. So that's also the value of citizen journalists and people like you. So we love you, man. We appreciate you.
And you know something? I've only recently re-watched that video because I can't go into too much detail at the moment, but a documentary film is coming out very soon. That's all I'm saying. And it's the first time I had to watch it. When I watch our interaction, it made me cry.
Yeah.
And I can understand. At the time,
I could hardly speak.
I can understand why.
I remember me and you started talking as soon as you started relating it to my own daughters.
Yeah.
It was like, and I think if you think about everybody that was here today, you think about everybody that is appalled by what happened in Southport. This is why they rioted. They didn't riot because people are violent or far right. They rioted because everybody could understand. That reminds me of my daughter, of my sister, of my niece, of, you know, everybody's got a passion when it comes to children and the innocent. So we have to look after our children, and it's time for change in the politics, in the parliament, and it's time for government and politicians that are really going to stand for the people, because they're not doing it right now.
Yeah. Excellent. As normal, sir. Thank you very much.
Love you, man.
I look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yes.
And
on September 13th.
I've no doubt we'll speak before then. And I might even come and visit you just down the road on a Sunday.
Wait there. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Big up. Thanks a lot, yeah. That's Danny, come. So finally we got the chance to engage with Danny Roscoe. Come forward, sir. Rocks. Last time I saw this reprobate, him and I were visiting Tommy Robinson in Woodhill Prison. True or not?
It was true. It was true.
And
Tesla as well. We've got a Tesla taxi there.
Yeah, we did. We got Tesla. But Danny, you were on fire, boss, today.
Thank you.
What's that all about?
That's about what this is all about. And it's our children. And if we can't get impassioned with our children and with what's going on, then, you know, this is what is happening. You know, this is why. And, you know, yeah, it was one of my best speeches that I've ever
I'm just going to...
so,
Can I take your hat off?
Yeah.
Because it's casting a shadow across your face. Yeah, carry on.
So, yeah, that's what it was.
But what does it take to write such a speech and then to deliver it with such passion?
Well, what I did is I just looked down at everything that's going on, because this is the second speech that I wrote. The first speech was demanding the report to come out. Then the report magically dropped, and then I was thinking, right, I'm going to put these things in there because it's not going to be what we know is true. But then when they put all the truth out there, the speech was quite easy to write, because it's just about what we are going through, how we feel. It was all emotions about, you know, the relief that actually somebody who isn't on our side in the government has actually put our point across, view across. So it's emotion on it.
Yeah. But Danny, as you know, it was great to hear you, and we've got it all on film. And as you know, I'm currently live and direct on Tommy's Twitter and also his YouTube. And are you looking forward to September the 13th?
I am indeed.
It's going to be amazing, isn't it?
It's going to be great. It's going to be great, and everyone needs to get down there, because not only are you going to be seeing great speakers, not only are you going to be there part of a patriotic movement, you're going to be showing the government and the world that actually, no matter what's coming out with all these people saying we've got no free speech, we are the defenders of it, and we are prepared to come out in the street, and it's gonna be beautiful. It really is. I'm excited.
And you know, you're talking about beautiful, yeah. I did a podcast on Thursday with Leon Tufts.
Did ya?
Big up. Yeah, I went down there and spent 2 hours with Leon, so that should be coming out next week sometime.
I look forward to that.
It's going to be. Hey, listen, it's going to be good.
You know, get to know a bit more about old street life.
But you know something, yeah. As you know, I put very little on social. What you see on social media is this stuff. Yeah, people don't know me.
You're behind the scenes and you're doing a very good job at it, but that's what people see. They don't actually see you, so it's going to be very good it'll be very good.
And I spoke the truth, and I told them about my time on London Underground, my 40 years, and I explained why I couldn't say certain things, but after taking early retirement, you know, I'm no longer covered by the code of conduct and the likelihood of bringing the company into disrepute, so I can say and do things.
Exactly, and that's powerful there, you know, because you've got the audience, you've got everything needed to put it across. You've been known for years behind the camera, through the COVID, through all of that. You've been known for years, and now people can actually see the true Wendell Daniels. That's gonna be
excellent stuff. But Danny, that's all I can say is thank you very much.
Thank you.
I look forward to working in partnership with yourself in the future. There's so much stuff going on. And the stuff we're doing with Urban Scoop, you can tell, can't you?
Exactly. It's going up and up and up. That's beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful.
And everyone, we don't mention names, but everyone behind the scenes has talent.
Exactly, and that's what it is. It's a media company with everyone that's there has got the talent to push it. And before it's always on, you know, the people are supporting it, which is great because we get the news out that you want. And more people are coming across to support it, means more news. But now we're getting up nationwide, we're getting, you know, everywhere. And the talent is still there. That's not what they're negating on, but they're just putting the truth out, and people now are watching because they want to know the truth. And Urban Scoop is the place to go for them.
And did you like the fact that when Tommy come out of Woodhill, only Urban Scoop was there?
I know, that surprised me. I turned it on and I see Urban Scoop was there, and I was like, wow.
But
you know,
I knew
that's the scoops that we get. That's why we do what we do. Because
did you also like when Tommy went to Westminster Magistrates Court when he come out? Where did he come to?
He comes straight to Urban Scoop because this is the media group for the people.
And where was the media on the wrong side?
The wrong side, they always are. The media's always on the wrong side of the people. Now we have media with the people. We have the government showing what I've been saying is not lies. So legacy media's gone. It's all about us now.
Excellent. Danny, as normal, all I can say is thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you at Speaker's Corner when you are able to come.
Very soon. Thank you.
Big up.
Cheers.
So let's see. So for those of you who are watching, this lovely copper here, he's the best liaison officer in London, and I want the commissioner to give him a 50% pay rise, because every time he's here, it's a 50-5-0. So Sir Bernard, I hope you're listening. This man deserves 50, and his trainee deserves 49%. So for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel from Urban Scoop, and we are going to be shutting down in a few seconds. I only hope those behind the scenes are watching, because I'm going to be ringing them in a few moments to say, yes, you can shut down. But all I can say to everyone, it has been brilliant. We will be back tomorrow at Speaker's Corner from 1 till 5 p.m. So we will be back at Speaker's Corner tomorrow from 1 till 5 p.m. And all I can say is thank you very much for watching. And we are going to be shutting down in a few moments. But before we shut down, I have to speak with people first. So good afternoon, sir. We are in a position to be able to shut down. And big up. I've just... Yeah, if you shut down... And then I'll ping you when I get home. Yeah, but tomorrow, 1 till 5 p.m, Speaker's Corner. Yeah, did you enjoy it? It was good today, wasn't it?
Right, there we go.
And we got the interview.
Banging headache. Banging headache. I've got a banging headache, yeah. Right, shut up then if you finish, good. It's replaying it to me in my ears, good. Be quiet, Wendell. Right, nice one. 42's on later, I think. 42. Well, I don't know. Look, I only did this for Benjamin. He was like, please stream it. I was quite happy to go and have a lie down after shopping, but Benjamin twisted my arm. Do it, you bastard, do it. So, yeah, I'm going to go chill out, I think, for a bit. That's my plan. Boiling up, enjoy the afternoon. All that Jack Daniels, if you know Benjamin. 42's on at 10:30 tonight with Rich. Is that his name? Rich T. Rich T. Rich T. Right, I'm out of here. I'm going to do my outro. Fuck it, why not? I don't even know how many people there are to shut my page down. There's probably about 12 people here. If you could be asked to sit through the outro, good luck. All right. If not, see you Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, I'm out of here. Computers. Is it working? Hello, hello. Is it working?
Roll some bass on it, man. Roll.
The line. It might be working. It might not be working. Do my bloody edit. Robot roll call. I have no idea what's going on. Robot roll call. Stupid computers. I'll be back in a minute. Robot roll call. Robot roll call. Oh, Lindsay, blimey, didn't say that, Lindsay.
I know what's going on today. I don't know. I have no idea. I've done anything different to yesterday. Nothing at all. I have no idea what is going on. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal.
That's early for you, isn't it? Well, I keep forgetting it's like morning time, isn't it, for you lot in America?
Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Can't figure it out. Robot vocal. Robot vocal.
Gigi's not streaming.
Robot vocal.
Saturday morning, is he streaming?
Robot vocal. Robot vocal.
Bass, buttery biscuit bass. I want the bass, buttery biscuit.
Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal. Robot vocal.
Now doing it. I'll tell you what, well, if my head weren't hurting, mate, I would. I've had a banging headache, mate, since I woke up this morning. I feel like Neil Benjamin probably feels every morning. I don't even drink. I have such a bad headache, mate. I'd stay, I would.
Robot vocal.
It's nothing to do with. I woke up with it, Benjamin. What are you going on about? My eyes hurt. Both my eyes, man. You know when you sort of look up or you look down and really bad headache.
Robot vocal.
No, I would have done it, Walter. I would have. I've got nothing else to do. My missus has just gone out now as well, so I've literally got fuck all else to do. Gonna go watch season 4 Stranger Things and lie in front of a fan in my underpants. That's what I'm gonna do.
Robot.
Probably smoke a joint. Come on, living the dream. Living the dream.
And I'm a robot, then I might as well just go. I will.
I was a headachy the other day too. The sun probably might, but well, I don't know. Yeah, just woke up with it.
You got fucked, son. Not on me, guys.
I'm drinking 40 years. Good man. Teach Benjamin. He's young, but he will learn.
Woke up this morning, feeling rather cracked. Your mama said, son, where'd you get the cat? There's a funky purple haze around the
I bet Benjamin's either nursing a beer right now or Jack Daniels and Coke. Or Jack Daniels, so probably not got Coke in it. I bet he is right now.
There's a funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze around the moon.
Dip, 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 dip. I'm waking up now, good. Good.
The father said, hey boy, get your hair cut. I said, get out of here, you son of a gun. There's a funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze. Funky purple haze.
Hair of the the dog, Sealer. 8 a.m. hair of the dog. See, told you. We had dumplings last night as well, so you probably can't move. Oh, help me!
Went into my holes. I bought a white chalk bar. And it was so luxury. I had to play my guitar. I hate my job. Shampooing all day.
Can I stream on my other channel? I think I can. I used to do that. Does anyone remember?
Speed off to work in a bros white car, and all I wanna do is smoke a cigar. There's a funky purple haze around the moon. I've said, funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze, a funky purple haze, funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze around the moon. Skanky Git, you mix them all together.
We're playing this during the day, isn't it?
Get a funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze, a funky purple haze, funky purple haze around the moon. Funky purple haze around the moon.
Skanky Git. He used to skank fags off you. He'd be like, I'll give us a cigarette. Buy your own, you skanky Git. Yeah, his name was Neil. Neil. That's what his name was. Neil Hayes. Neil Funky Purple Haze. Neil Hayes. See? It made sense when I was 16. It did. Yeah, Marlboro and Lambert. Because I smoked Marlboro, Dave smoked Lambert, and the Skanky Git was Neil. Not Neil Benjamin. Neil Hayes. It was. Mix them all together. What the hell do you get? You get a funky purple haze around the moon. Made sense at the time, it did. People think shattered your illusion now. It's literally a song about nothing, that was. It was a throwaway song about nothing. It wasn't ever supposed to get recorded. It wasn't. But it did. At 3 o'clock in the morning. It was a one take hit, that was. Around the microphone. It was. Say, was it Dave? Gives you a snack? Skanky Git, that's what you say. Oi, join your Skanky Git. What you do?
I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Dumb.
Stream, can I? Just stream it. That's what I'm going to do, little winger. I'm going to go and have a nap. Your face there, it's killing me. Oh, sweets, didn't realise you were here. Sweet. Well, that's sweet. I was mad when the wife gave 220 bucks a month for his chair. I found out last night.
not like yesterday. A new day, a new dawn. Papers in my hand, anticipation, the feeling, excited. Feeling high, high floating, like I am in the sky. A new day, a new dawn, marching down the front line. Does it scare you when you think of what's to come? Does it scare you when you think of what's to come?
Wise, is it, Mr. Ben? Oh, the sky's been good to hand last night. The sky was good as well. Absolutely boiling, aren't they? Boiling. 42 tonight, 10:30. Be there or be square. So be there, 10:30. GMT. 10:30 PM.
Falling on the front line.
It's weird having a plum club during the day, isn't it? But oh shit, man, I spoke about it.
Falling on the front line.
Really? Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums, getting all swollen with a light blue hue to them, fresh and juicy, ready for the picking. Hey, that plum looks good. Can I trade it for your Twinkie? No, these are my plums. I want to bite into that plum and let the juice spill down my chin. You know what I mean? Plums, beautiful bluish hue. The sun just dancing right off of them, just nice. Getting ready to take them to market. I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market. Special 2 plums for 1. I can feel it down in my plums. I can feel the tension in the air.